Tonight you'll lie down, close your eyes, and think nothing is happening. You'll fluff the pillow, fluff it again, find the one cool spot on the mattress and guard it with your life. Then your thoughts start to blur, and somewhere in there, without ever catching the exact moment, you'll be gone. It feels like an off switch. 1 second you're awake, the next it's morning and your alarm is committing a crime against humanity. But the real answer's far stranger. In those last few minutes before sleep, your brain isn't powering down at all. It's throwing one of the weirdest, most creative little parties it will host all day. And you, the guest of honor, almost never remember showing up. Scientists have a name for this in-between place. Hypnagogia. It's the borderland. The narrow strip of time where you're no longer fully awake, but not yet asleep. Your body is sinking. Your mind quietly lets go of the steering wheel. And the second nobody's driving, things get interesting. Have you ever been drifting off, totally relaxed, and suddenly felt yourself falling, and kicked so hard you nearly launched your partner out of the bed? That's a hypnic jerk. Your muscles fire while your body goes limp. One theory is that your ancient brain, half asleep, feels you relaxing, panics, and decides you must be falling out of a tree, so it yanks you back. Thanks, brain. Very helpful. There were no trees. You were on a memory foam mattress. But the reflex is older than language, and it's still on duty in your bedroom tonight, fighting imaginary squirrels. The jerk is just the doorway, though. Behind it, the real show begins. As you slip past that edge, your thoughts stop behaving like adults. Logic clocks out. Images bloom out of nowhere. You see faces, staircases, total strangers who owe you nothing. You might hear your own name, or a voice calmly announce one deeply random sentence like, "The bananas are ready," and then leave without explaining itself. None of it makes sense, and that is exactly the point. A Harvard sleep scientist named Robert Stickgold actually studied this. He had people play Tetris, then watched them fall asleep. Over and over, his subjects reported the same thing: falling blocks, drifting down behind their eyelids. Their brains were quietly replaying the day, sorting it, deciding what's worth keeping and what gets tossed in the bin. So yes, somewhere in your head right now, a tiny librarian is filing your memories at 2 a.m. Be nice to them. But here's where it gets genuinely beautiful. This blurry, half-dreaming state isn't just tidying up. It might be the most creative your mind ever gets. When logic loosens its grip, ideas that would never normally be seen together suddenly bump into each other and start chatting. Thomas Edison was obsessed with this. He used to nap in a chair holding steel balls in each hand. The instant he drifted off, his fingers relaxed, the balls crashed to the floor, the noise jolted him awake, and he'd scribble down whatever strange idea was waiting right at the edge. A genius, yes. Also a man who refused to simply use an alarm like a normal person. For 100 years, that sounded like a quirky legend. Then in 2021, a neuroscientist named Delphine Oudiette tested it in a Paris lab. She gave people a tricky puzzle with a hidden shortcut, then let them drift into that exact in-between state. The ones who touched the edge of sleep were dramatically more likely to suddenly crack it. The answer just arrived, gift-wrapped, from a brain that had finally stopped trying so hard. So that drowsy haze you fall through every night, it may be a secret door to your best ideas, and you keep speed-walking past it. Now, be honest about what you actually do in those minutes. You scroll. You hold a tiny glowing sun 2 inches from your eyeballs, feeding your brain chaos right up until you pass out mid-video. You're not crossing the borderland. You're sprinting through it with your eyes shut, slamming the one door in your whole day where your mind gets to wander free and solve things for fun. Sleep researchers like Matthew Walker have spent years gently begging us to stop. And what you're losing isn't only rest. It's that strange, soft, brilliant little world in between. So tonight, try something. Put the glowing sun down early. Let the boredom roll in. Let your mind blur, wander, and fall. Because tonight you'll lie down, close your eyes, and think nothing is happening, but everything is. You've just never managed to stay awake long enough to enjoy the show.